Okay, and so now that we have our EC2 instance, it's up, it's running, what we want to do is we want to SSH to it, and we want to start running some things and installing some things. So I'm going to copy and paste this public DNS, or actually go over here and just copy it quite easily this way. And then go on over to my terminal. Okay, and you're going to see that I'm SSHing. I'm using an identity key file, which is this tutorial key pair PEM that I created earlier in the console. The user is the EC2 user. I think that's always what it is for all the Amazon Linux AMIs, but I'm not completely sure that it is. I know that it is for the one that we chose. And then this is my public DNS address. And since this is the first time I'm logging in, it's saying so on and so forth. Okay, and then this is what I wanted to show you guys. So warning, unprotected key file. The permissions on the key file are going to be to open when you download them. So I'm actually just going to give this 400 permissions. I think maybe you could do 600, but I don't know. Okay, and then you see this time I was able to go and to log in, and it was all good. Right, so then here we go. I'm gonna run, so then this is just, Amazon Linux 2 AMI. This is just like any other Linux server. I'm gonna update. And then I'm gonna install a package. So I'm gonna do sudo yum install nginx, and then I think it's gonna tell me no. Yeah, it's gonna tell me no. I don't know what the deal is with this. I think it used to do this fine, but whatever, that's fine. So this is why it's kind of nice just using the Amazon AMI, because it's pretty smart. It tells you things. Okay, and then you can see it tells us lots and lots of nice things. We have nginx installed. We have Docker enabled. I'm not totally sure why it installs, why this comes up as well, since I was installing nginx. But I love to have Docker around, so that's great. So there we go. I'm going to start nginx. Okay. And yes, I still use the service start instead of the system CTL, because service is just so much easier to remember. So here we go. I started nginx, and then I'm going to show you that this, as of now, is not going to work because of the way that we configured the security groups. So I'm just going to show that to you. And you can see it's going to be like, I don't know, going and going and going. And it's just going to do this. Eventually it will time out. I'm not going to sit here and wait for it to time out, because that is going to take forever. But I mean, then we can be like, oh no, what's happening to nginx? See, and we can see it's fine, it's active, it's running. So what's the deal? The deal is that we did not set up our security groups to allow for HTTP access. So we are going to do that now. We're going to go over here. Oh wait, so let me just go over that again. So I have my instance, it's highlighted here in blue. I have the description, and then security groups. So it's a bit annoying that sometimes I go like this and then like, oh no, look at all these little windows popping up. But it's good to have for information purposes. So here's the security group, and then if I go quickly, view inbound rules. So this is like, how do I access it from the outside? Then it's port 22 from everywhere, and this is the SSH port. This is not the HTTP port. By default, nginx runs on port 80, so does Apache. It will be different depending on, like what exactly you're doing. But most of the time it's port 80, so just go with port 80. So I clicked on that security group. Here's my description. These are the things. This is the description that was created for us earlier, the VPC, the security ID, and the group name. So what I want to do is go over here to inbound, and then I can see here are the rules that I set up earlier. And I want to add an HTTP rule. So HTTP, and then see, look at that. It automatically changes the port for me. That's very nice. And there we go. That's it. So I'm going to save this. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Haha, I wanted to add a rule, not change the rule. I'll bet that I got kicked out of it. We'll go over to my terminal in a second and see if I got kicked out of it. Okay, so now I have HTTP for a web server, and I have SSH for a web server, for SSH access, obviously. And then I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna reload the page, and there we go. There it is. We are good. So now we can see that we do have nginx. Oh, look at that. I didn't even get kicked out of there. I kind of thought that I would. That's nice, though. So, so you can see, that's it. That's how it works. Now I have a web server. I mean, there are a lot of like really, really fancy things that you can do with AWS and, you know, and all their various servers and CLI tools and versions of CLI tools and CLI tools that wrap around other CLI tools. But, you know, you can also just use it to just spin up servers and just try things out. And then when you're tired of it, you can destroy it. You can do whatever you want to it. You know, it's a very nice way to work. And then just a few more things on the EC2 instances. Okay, so this is the server. If for some reason I wanted to restart this, you know, I could reboot it here. I could, if I want to get rid of it, I could terminate it. If I wanted to just stop it so that I don't have to pay for it, but like I don't need it running right now, I could stop it. You can add and edit the tags. You can attach it to an auto scaling group. You know, there's a lot of different things that you can do. You can also create an image. So once you have kind of logged into a server, and this is really cool, you can install like whatever it is that you need there, or get your services running, just get it all set up exactly the way that you want it. And then you can actually create an image from that, which is very, very cool. You can change, the security groups. You can do more networking things, which like, oh my God, I hate networking, so I don't want to deal with that. You can do lots more with cloud monitoring. You know, you can go to connect. Oh, this is nice. So if you're kind of unsure how to connect to your instance, a lot of times you can press connect. I don't know how well this works with anything that's not like an Amazon Linux 2 AMI. Like if you get something from the marketplace, I think these instructions, they should be nice, but I'm not sure how nice they'll be. But you can actually see, you know, everything was fine. You can see exactly what we did here with the key pairs right there. Here is this one, you know, and then here's the exact SSH command to, you know, to access our instance. So that's it. You know, you have spun up your EC2 server. You've seen kind of all of your options that you can do with everything. You've seen how you can use it as a web server or for machine learning, or really just like to do whatever it is that you want to do as something as just like a dev server. So you have a lot of options and you have a lot of things that you can do. And I have found just being kind of comfortable with these steps, with launching the instance, with knowing kind of which ports to use for which kind of services I want, being able to modify the security groups, create new ones, is really like 90% of the battle, because everything else that you're doing is like it's a wrapper. It's a very pretty and beautiful wrapper that AWS creates for us, but at the end of the day, it's a wrapper around servers, and you have, you know, like all your nice servers, and they're doing all of their awesome things that they're doing, or not so awesome depending on what you're doing. But, you know, like that's it. And once you're comfortable with this, kind of the world is your oyster, and you can do a lot of really cool and fun things with it. So thanks a lot for listening. If you like this, please subscribe. And that's it. Thanks. Bye.